It's 10:57. You wake up groggy, look at your phone and think, I know the showcase is at 1, but let me just check to make sure. Turns out the showcase is in 3 minutes. You run out of bed, you run downstairs, and you log in and you play the Vintage Showcase. Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to the last showcase of 2026. The top 8 players from this event will join 15 other players from the other top 8s. One top 8er had 2 top 8s. And winners of some of the LCQs. There will be 4 LCQs after this. Each of those are 40 QPs, so they're quite hard to play and at weird times. So we're really trying to top 8 today. And I talked about it in my Patreon article and even a bunch. I talk a lot in the Discord. So if you watched anything I said this week, you know what I was thinking when I came to this metagame. I talked a lot about the 7 decks you need to beat in Vintage right now. You need to be able to beat Lurrus Frog and Raker Shops as the most played decks. Jewel, Mono White Initiative, Sphere Shops, Dredge, and Frog as the somewhat less, but still very high mana percentage decks. And I was preparing all week to play against a Raker Lurrus PO dominated metagame, but unfortunately, in the last 2 days here, we've kind of swung the other way, and there's a lot of Lurrus Frog winning. So that was a bit of a wrench in the plan. I didn't get to wake up this morning and check out what happened in yesterday's challenge because I'm actually recording this after round 1 because I did not know this event was at 11 a.m. I didn't set an alarm until after 11 a.m. And I just happened to wake up and check my phone and look at the time. And I ran downstairs and I logged in to Magic Online. I woke up at 10:57, had my computer on at 10:58. Had Magic Online at 10:59, and I was registered with 30 seconds before the event started. This is the deck that I did want to register, for what it's worth. I didn't misclick and register a different deck. I chose to play Doomsday today because I think it's the best choice if people play majority Raker Lurrus PO. If people move to majority Frog, I look like an idiot. But I've been very unhappy with how Lurrus PO performs as the most played deck. I don't think the reason to play Lurrus PO is there if Frog isn't the most played deck. I think Lurrus PO is very much created to be a deck that beats Frog and can play versus the rest of the field at a middling rate. That's how I view Lurrus PO. And so if the most played decks are going to be Raker and Lurrus PO, I don't really want to particularly play the Lurrus PO mirror as much as that, and I don't think you're gaining your advantage of registering the deck because you're not hitting Frog enough. How do I beat a metagame of Lurrus PO and Raker? There are 2 reasonable ways to beat that metagame, and that is non-Frog Null Rod, so that you're beating Raker and you're putting a little pressure on Lurrus PO, or true fast combo, non-artifact fast combo, even artifact fast combo, because Lurrus PO and Raker Shops both have a problem with better combo decks. So I chose to play Doomsday today because it actually fulfills both of those things. This is a spell-based fast combo deck that is favored into Raker and is favored into Lurrus PO, and has the ability to sideboard into Null Rods versus Raker PO and Jewel. I actually think that this deck, very specifically, not Lurrus Doomsday. I don't think Lurrus Doomsday does the same thing as what I'm saying. Street Wraith is a really big deal in making you have a true combo-oriented game plan. And yeah, so basically, I felt like this was the best choice if my Frog opponents were still 9% of the metagame. If my Frog opponents end up being 15, 17% of the metagame, this is a horrible choice because this deck is not good against Frog. It's very bad against Frog. It can beat Frog. It's not like it's not a 0% matchup. I did a bunch of testing with this deck. I played maybe 4 leagues of Doomsday. And I think I won 5 of my 6 frog matchups. But I also like lost 2 of my Raker matchups, and it was a really weird set of matches. I played against like Brian Kelly, Brain Freeze main deck. I played against CFO on Tinker PO. So like I had a really good matchup. Um, but literally no one is being confused by Raker and PO being 2 separate things in this context, Jess. Anyways, yeah. As for the list itself, this is a very stock list for Justin. I think the flex slots that you really have are like negation, daze, chain, vamp. Those are kind of like the flex slots, and I chose to play no days. I played negation. I love the chain, even if mono white is down. I still think this chain is just like the best possible like catch-all answer to problematic pieces. And I think you still want the vamp because when you're not playing against Lurrus Frog, you do need to be able to have a sufficient amount of pressure towards your combo. And then sideboard, I'm trying Unable to Screams instead of black removal because it means you can fetch basic island. And I think it's actually really important to not get wastelanded off of black. 2 null rods to go for the thing. So I think it's a pretty straightforward list. I'm really happy with the list I came up with. The problem is if I face Frog, it will be embarrassing. I did also attempt a couple leagues with Welder and Oswalt Turbo Volt Key because both of those decks are playing a faster combo than PO. But have access to Null Rod. I just found both of those decks to be a little bit middling. I found the Oswalds were so bad against main deck removal that I kind of abandoned the idea entirely. So, I will see what we can do in this legacy, not legacy, this vintage showcase. Hopefully, we can dodge Frog as much as possible. I am happy to announce the dates for high-stakes, proxy-friendly vintage in 2026. The legendary NYSE returns to Long Island in New York on June 6th. This $500 entry fee tournament will pay out 8 pieces of unlimited power. The Oklahoma Land Run returns in 2026 on July 10th through 12th at the Reed Convention Center in Oklahoma City. Play Friday Team Trios, Saturday Legacy for a Mox Sapphire, and Sunday Vintage for a Mox Emerald. Event links can be found in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, so this is round 1 Vintage Showcase. I just ran down here from my bed because I did not know this was at 11. I thought this was at 1. I barely made it into this event. So I'm going to be lost on some time here. And also, I just woke up literally 5 minutes ago, so bear with me. This hand's reasonable. Looks like I paired into Frog round 1, which is the opposite of what I wanted to do, but we'll do our best. Do the intro after round 1. No, I like we actually, I think I would have missed this in most scenarios. I did not have an alarm set before this event started at all. So I got really lucky. I just like randomly just woke up and I was like, I should check to make sure this is at 1. And it was not at 1. And I'm lucky I bought a new computer because this computer booted up in a minute and I was logged in another minute. So I had like 45 seconds to spare. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm paired into Frog immediately, which is probably tournament ending, but that's okay. I think I'm just going to get sewers here. I don't think I want that. I did beat all my Esper and blue-black Frog players. I'm going to cast Ancestral here, see if I can get like a negation or a spell pierce or something, and then try to Flusterstorm the stack. Force, pitching force. Should probably fish basic there. So I'm gonna brainstorm, same target, force. 2 on force, 2 on brainstorm. I also have these street wraiths, so I guess I need to maybe cash in soon in case my opponent's on Bowmasters. Force. I'm just gonna brainstorm street wraith once just to. Okay. All right. My opponent's at 3 cards in hand, 2 lands. I have 2 lands and 7 cards in hand, so pretty good start to this game. Basically, the biggest blowout it could have been. Wastelands are coming though. I will probably have to force a Bowmaster with this hand, unfortunately. Probably have to force a Frog with this hand, unfortunately. This matchup's really bad. But it didn't go too badly in testing, so. I'm going to pitch a Ponder because I'm going to use this fetch land with my Brainstorm. Okay, not a bad spot here. A Demonic... I could win the game with a Doomsday draw with just Demonic Lotus Doomsday. I think I am going to... like I said, I want to try to use these Brainstorms before I get Bowmastered. And this isn't like the best use of Brainstorm because I kind of like these cards, but what I could do here is I could keep Oracle and DT for consult kill. Seems actually pretty reasonable. Kind of far away though. It's like 2 more turns and I kind of want to draw land. I kind of don't want to get blown out. And I also kind of want to have Flusterstorm back up. But I don't have a Dark Ritual and I don't have a Doomsday, so I think... Yeah, I'll talk about it when we re-record the intro. But I wasn't really happy with playing Lurrus PO today, so... I guess... Okay, I'm just going to put this, and then I'm probably not cracking. I'm probably drawing into the 3rd land, and then DTing for consult, and then we move from there. See if they buy Lurrus here would be great for us. Time Walk. I'm just going to fluster this. Because I don't think I'm going to get to a point where I can have fluster back up for my combo. I lost the street rate though, so now I don't have Demonic into Doomsday kill. So maybe a mistake there. Well, I mean, what would you have kept the 3rd land over? So it doesn't matter. We got to keep playing fast. I lost a bunch of time to not waking up here. I think I'm just going to make a Doomsday pile now. I think it's fine. So I think this has to include Ancestral Recall, an additional land. Oh, they drew Flusterstorm. Okay, I'm surprised. Okay, this is fine. I mean, it's not good, but it's actually kind of bad for me. Okay. So they have no cards in hand, but they have a Lurrus and a Frog, so Lurrus has to get forced, unfortunately. Any Ancestral or Cruise or anything is bad for me. This matchup's so hard. Wasteland's pretty bad for me. DT. It's really unfortunate as well, because probably I'm countering Ancestral. Which means I won't have an answer to Lurrus. Probably getting rid of Oracle. Need to build into a Delve spell, basically. Preordain into Treasure Cruise or Dig Through Time or something. Fetching first sounds good. I have no Lurrus to buy here, unfortunately. Consult after getting rid of my Oracle. Do I want to keep Consult? I don't think so. I have so many cantrips in my deck, you'd think I could like hit cantrips, but I might just lose this game. I think I played pretty badly. I had some options here. They kept their hand open and they didn't buy Lurrus, which means they have either Bowmaster or Negation. I draw land. Wow. I think I played this game badly. Not if I O2 drop, which is what it's looking like. I think I just played this whole game badly. Okay, they didn't have Bowmaster. Strip mine. I guess that helps. I drew lands then. Have a second land, so I only have 2 fetchables. I don't want to lose out. This is a Bowmaster. Oh, it's a fucking Wanshi. Oh, yeah. That's bad. Well, it's more about like meta indications. If people are actually going to be playing Frog, my choice was terrible. I did not expect Wanshi Tong. Okay. Man, this game is so sad because we were so far ahead, and then my opponent's first top deck at 0 cards was DT Ancestral. Also, we've drawn no Delve spells. This is the point in the game where they didn't even buy Lurrus. That's so bad for me. Like, this is the point of the game where I have to draw Delve spells to win. I'm just gonna die. They have 2 cards in hand. They have Bowmaster as well. I feel like my opponent drew all the right cards off the top, and I drew all the wrong cards off the top. That's so incredibly bad for me. Yeah. I didn't even let Ancestral resolve. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I played great this game. I think I had other options than the choices I made. I just don't know if it would have mattered with the way my opponent was playing. I did Flusterstorm a time walk that maybe I didn't need to, but it felt like it was reasonable. My opponent was down to like no cards. Losing a game where I put Ancestral on the stack and get a Brainstorm and a switching force with a Flusterstorm is about the worst possible thing that could have happened. I don't even know. They just have a Bowmaster, probably. I don't even think there's a sequence here that's good for me. I think I just die, right? I got a Wanchitong in response, I assume. Or are you going to negate it? They're going to let it happen, okay. Oh, I'm going to put a cruise on top, and I guess I'm going to put a dig on top. Bowmaster. Okay. I mean, if they don't have another force, I guess. Maybe they don't have a spell pierce. I mean, this has to be Time Walk, Oracle, and then untap, draw Consult or something. But whatever. I can't believe we lost this game. It's really impressive, actually. Yeah. Okay. like I said, I think I had some other options in this game, and I think I threw them away a little bit. Basically the worst possible matchup as well. Looks like just straight up blue-black. Can't make a worse matchup than that. Chain negation, ritual, and vamp. Earth Force screams. I don't know. I think like in that scenario, I'm just supposed to trust that I will untap and top deck better than my opponent because my deck is 10 cantrips and delve spells, right? Like I have to trust that my deck, you know, I force my opponent's top deck ancestral, I untap with a preordain, I find delve, win, right? Like I just have to, that's how I assume it needs to go, and it didn't go that way. Oh no, I almost missed this showcase by like a minute. It was very close. There are LCQs after this. I can probably play in 2 of them, maybe a third if I get enough QPs. But it's like really bad if I lose this round 1 because it means I have to never play against Frog again the entire tournament. I have to win every round. So not a very easy thing to do. There are 4. Yeah. I mean, you still need to get QPs to play prelims. So you have to probably play some other formats though. There are 4 of them. They're up in the Discord as pinned messages. It's a pretty good combination of magic cards. I just need to somehow resolve them all. Don't know how I'm going to do that. And also not get wastelanded. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think I like how I played the early game. Wait, did I board out all my forces? What did I board out? No, I board out the chain stuff. That's what I boarded out. Yeah, I think I have like I want to try to maybe get enough QPs to play 3 LCQs. Because I think one of them is in the morning, like a 3 a.m.er. So my opponent doesn't know I have Oracle. They do know I topped. So ponder or preordain first. Probably ponder first. There's a force. I have to not get wastelanded and they have to not have double counter, but it's doable. Let's get rid of this dark ritual. I think I'm just gonna bottom and try to hit my. Okay. All right, we have a plan. It might be an all-in plan too. It might be a consult first to try to play around Spell Pierce. Wait, that's a basic swamp. I would not keep that in against me. What are you doing with a basic swamp here? Lorien revealing? He says he misclicked. He wanted to go sewers. I probably wouldn't even have the card in the deck. If there's any cards you can take out for swamp here, I would. Oh, small victory here. They only have 1 source. Our best draw is probably Mental Misstep. Time Walk. Definitely playing a Time Walk. Oh, I should probably have played a fetch land so that I could have fetched for an Undercity Sewers here. Whoops. We both misclicked on our lands. Just trying to draw into an additional answer somehow. Flusterstorm would be pretty good. Cruise. That's interesting. So Cruise plays into pretty poorly into Bowmaster, but the game is not going to last so long that I care, I think. So I feel like I'll take 3 cards in exchange for 7 damage. kind of how I'm feeling about the whole thing. I think. And if it gets a force, even better. Yeah, I think that's acceptable. If I draw a Black Lotus, I'll go now. Kind of yes and kind of no. I got forced and bowmastered. Okay, this is great. Is Oracle not good now? What are you talking about, friend? What does that even mean? Yeah, it's playing into open mana, so it's like pretty weak into Spell Pierce. Here, I got my opponent to commit a Bowmaster as well as a Force of Will, and now there's one less counterspell for my combo. And if I draw a land, I can beat Spell Pierce. Hopefully they play a Frog. Okay, this is our time. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. They have to have... so this plays around Spell Pierce, but doesn't play around Flusterstorm. No, it does. So if I just lead Consult here, that plays into Mindbreak Trap. Damn, a land would have been so much better, huh? Okay. I'm just cast Consult. Killer Among Us. Do I play into Mindbreak Trap or do I play into Spell Pierce? I feel like they're more likely to have Spell Pierce than Mindbreak Trap. Well, I guess Spell Pierce only matters if they have a Force as well. So that was kind of bad. Oh well. They have to have like 2 spells here though, so they had Mindbreak Trap. So they can't Spell Pierce this. They have to have Force or a second Mindbreak Trap. Or they can have Flusterstorm now because I played this way. Okay, so I would have won this game if I had just played Oracle second. Okay. I mean, I threw it. Okay. I threw it. I don't know, man. I woke up 2 minutes ago. What do you... Why am I doing this to myself, man? I just threw away a free win again. I just can't play the game. Okay. All right, I'm just doing this really quickly because someone in chat still wanted to understand. So when you're at this spot, your opponent has 3 cards. What cards could they possibly have? Well, they have 3x Spell Pierce. They have 0 to 2x Flusterstorm. They have 3 to 4 Fawn. 3 Force of Will because they pitched Force of Will to Force of Will. Or they pitched a Force of Will already. And then they can have 0 to 2, maybe 0 or 1 Mindbreak Traps. And so the number 1 card I'm really trying to play around here is Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm, but more Spell Pierce than anything. And so if you were to go with the, typically you go Oracle Consult because you don't want to lose the game if your consult gets countered, or sorry, if your Oracle gets countered by like a dress down or whatever. But in this spot, the whole game is going to end here no matter what. So I solved the problem of Spell Pierce and I solved the problem of Flusterstorm by leading on Consult. So my opponent's not going to Consult or Flusterstorm. And if they do Consult or Flusterstorm, I simply play my Sapphire, and then play Oracle. So I literally solved the problem. But then I just throw it away again because I resolve the consults. I throw away my library. But I play my Sapphire and play Oracle because I'm like, well, what if they have Force plus Spell Pierce? Wait, did I not solve the problem? Wait, no, I'm still trying to beat Force plus Spell Pierce. So if they have exactly Force plus Spell Pierce, then then the Sapphire solves it. If they have Force plus Mindbreak Trap, I lose. If they have exactly Mindbreak Trap Mindbreak Trap Spell Pierce, then I lose by doing the play I did. So like I played this Oracle, but like if I'm playing around Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm as the card I'm playing around here, well, I guess if I'm playing around Flusterstorm and I think they have Force of Will, then my play makes sense. But that's like the least likely, right? I guess it's not. I guess technically Trap Pierce is the least likely. I guess technically Trap Force is the least likely. This line loses to Force Fluster. Yeah, but like Fluster is not the card I'm worried about, I think, in general, because like there's maybe one Flusterstorm in this list. Like it's typically a pile of Spell Pierces. I don't even think I'm supposed to be like super worried about Mindbreak Trap. Like I am worried about Mindbreak Trap to the point where like I could just go Oracle Consult, no playing around Mindbreak Trap at all. Oh, was this Esper or not blue-black? No, this gotta be blue-black. So I assume it's this list then from Montolio. There's a consign in the main. Like, what? One Fluster. Okay, only 2 Spell Pierces. There's a Mind Break. Okay, like, I'm just never beating this deck ever, chat. There's a Mind Break Trap in the main. And a Stern Scolding in the main. So, I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as I thought it was because I played around a certain set of spells. I played around Spell Pierce, and I got Flusterstorm Mindbreaked, right? So I guess I can be less upset about this. Because I think as long as I play the consult first, it's fine. I think as long as I play the console first, it's fine. Like, I think that was the best part of this play. And then the other part is just, like, which cards you're hedging against. Well, the Fluster doesn't get me if I don't play the Sapphire, right? Because I don't turn on Mindbreak Trap. So, like, if my opponent's hand is, like, Force of Negation Flusterstorm and I resolve console, I've won. If my opponent's hand is Mindbreak Trap Flusterstorm and I resolve console, I've won. But the thing is, like, I'm not supposed to play around Flusterstorm here, except for the very beginning of the turn where Flusterstorm is equal to Spell Pierce. Well, I would have beaten. I beat Flusterstorm. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Chess. I beat Flusterstorm on console because I pay 2, play Sapphire, play Oracle, they trap, and then I force. That's what I'm saying. That's why I did this whole thing. So, like, once I've played the console correctly, I actually like don't really think I'm supposed to play around Flusterstorm. I'm only supposed to play around. It's either I don't know. Like it's more likely that they have Force than Mindbreak Trap still, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. So I guess this makes me a little bit happier. Where I think I at least played around some cards and played somewhat okay, and didn't just throw the whole thing away. It just so happened that it lined up into one of Flusterstorm, one of Mindbreak Trap, in the deck that had one of Stern Scolding, one of Consign. Let's go look at game 1, because I do think that there was probably a mistake here too. I loved how I played this game 1 here. I like baited this, got 2 forces and a Brainstorm for a Flusterstorm, resolved Ancestral. Got Wastelanded, had to pitch to Frog here, I think. I don't really have a... Oh, wait. Why the hell did I pitch the Frog here? I just win the game instead. Okay, I threw the whole game. My bad, chat. What the fuck am I doing? This was only 4 minutes after I woke up, so... What the hell is this? Just let the Frog resolve and win the game. Okay, sorry. My bad. This was 100% a game win. I just threw the whole game here. There's no... Oh, my God. This is just... untap, DT, Lotus, Doomsday, Street Wraith, Gush, win. Yeah, this was awful. I don't know why I didn't think I had a win here. That's really weird. I just was not awake yet. That's the only thing I can say. No. So I actually think that this loss is okay. This loss is actually just this loss is literally just a a being awake diff, right? Like this is a unexcusable guaranteed combo win. I guess it's not a guaranteed combo win considering my opponent had a main deck mind break trap, but oh wait, no, they went down to 2 cards. Yeah, it's a guaranteed win. This from this spot here, I have a lock to win the game as long as I just do it. Oh, I don't have Doomsday. You're right. Sorry. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm still waking up. You're right. Okay, so then I think I'm okay. So do I have any wins here? No, I have no wins here. Okay, so okay, that's fine. So then I force that. It makes sense. Okay, so from this spot, could just DT for, so like if I DT, the problem is I used my force, so I have no protection anymore. So like DT for Doomsday here is pretty bad in general. Seems fine. Brainstorm. So then I was looking to set up consult. Yeah, I mean preordain's fine too, but like I think with so like no, so like the chess. So my opponent is playing an Orcish Bowmaster deck, so I'm highly incentivized to use my Brainstorm as soon as possible. Is what I talked about on stream for this. So I don't have a problem with this. And then I'm looking to set up. Oracle, and I kept a fetch. I could have kept a 3rd land, but I wanted to hold open Fluster and Force. This seems fine. And then I guess I could have just not flustered this Time Walk. Did not fluster this Time Walk. Wait, so my opponent's last 2 cards here are Fluster, Time Walk, and I fluster the Time Walk. That's just like a really bad outcome for me. Why would I fluster the Time Walk? Because it's just like, it's just tempo. It's just tempo. I'm not gonna get to use this Flusterstorm ever. I'm never gonna use this Flusterstorm chess. Like I'm never gonna get to use this Flusterstorm. I don't have any mana. I just don't have any mana. Like my Flusterstorm's also gonna be off if my opponent's holding up all their mana every turn. I think it's just like cashing in value. I'm surprised. I guess I'm not surprised my opponent didn't fluster back, but it's really bad that my opponent didn't fluster back because here I went for DT. Because I lost the land I kept on top. And the only way I could have kept that land is if I had gotten rid of a blue card, so... Yeah, I don't think it's close. I mean, if you're playing against Frog, then you want to play Lurrus Doomsday. I get that, but I'm not even sure that's true, but that's the prevailing theory. But I don't know. I just don't think it makes your matchup even that much good and better, and it makes all your other matchups worse. So then I got my Doomsday Flusters. So my opponent went to 0 cards here. And they immediately top deck DT Ancestral, which I forced. And so, like, I have 2 lands. My opponent has 3 lands. I have a preordain. My opponent has no cards. Like, I should be good here. Like, this is a good spot. I navigated the game to a good spot, right? Like, this is a good spot. I just need to find a Delve spell and win. I just didn't find a Delve spell, so I died. I mean, I could have taken Consult, but, like, what the fuck am I doing with this Consult? I have 1 Oracle left in my deck. I can consult for a 3 of Doom. I just don't think I can take this consult here ever. Just bottom, and try to hit cantrips. How many cantrips are in my deck? 2 preordain, 4 ponder, delve spells. I don't know. Is this not a good spot? Like I feel like I should be able to win from this spot. And then I just drew chain, fetch, vamp. And my opponent hit Delve Spell, Wan Shi Tong. I don't know. This seems like I think this is just the way. I actually don't hate how I played this game either. I could have not Flusterstormed. I think that's like the most interesting choice. If I had not Flusterstormed, I would have hit a 3rd land. I wouldn't have drawn Doomsday, and then I would have consulted. So I would have actually this would have no, because my opponent would have time walked here, so I wouldn't have been able to fluster back. So like their fluster still gets my DT. I would have played a land here, DT'd, and my opponent would have fluster stormed it. That's why I thought this fluster was a pretty good timing window. I don't know. This matchup is just really, really bad, and I don't think it was like as bad of a punt as I thought. So I guess that's like something to be happy about. All right. So unfortunately, the good news is that we went back and looked at round one, and round one wasn't that bad. I actually think I played okay in round one. I didn't play around the right counter spells, but I think I played around the more likely counter spells, which makes me pretty happy. And then the game one, I think I just put myself in a top deck war, and I had a preordain, and they had nothing, and I lost. So I'm actually not too upset about round one now. Obviously, I was upset when it happened because I wasn't really awake, and I'm still not exactly awake, but I did play against Captain Planet this week while testing a breach variety of Lurrus PO, and they were on Lurrus Frog. So I am expecting to have to play here against my second round versus Frog again. And, you know, we talked about it in the intro. We talked about it in round one. This matchup is abysmal. It can be won, but it's not good. See what we can do. Opening on color Moxen. You playing a turn one Frog? Okay. Maybe I can draw a Dark Ritual and go for a turn one kill and hope they don't have a force. I think I'm willing to see what we find. Fetch. All right. Ponder time. This is just like the worst possible outcome in terms of metagaming. It was a very, very reasonable thing that could happen, so. I wanted to check out yesterday's challenge first before I picked my deck shit this morning, but I just did not have time to do that. I kind of hate these cards. Like, it's no Dark Ritual. There's no Force. I don't have time to be cantripping. I kind of want to win on the next turn of this game somehow. Like the problem is like I don't have a fetch, so like I have to keep two of these no matter what. So I just don't think this game is going to a point where I want these cards. Like if my opponent did not play a turn one Frog, if they played fetch land go, I think I would keep those cards. Okay. That's a pretty good draw, honestly, all things considered. It's just a Doomsday, a Dark Ritual away. Well, I can't keep just Preordain. I have to keep Preordain Dig no matter what. But I think keeping Preordain Dig is fine if my opponent doesn't have turn one Frog. Once my opponent has turn one Frog, it just doesn't work. The problem is they can just hold up all kinds of cantrips and removal now. And all right, well, if they have a Bowmaster, I think we're playing into it and trying to win the game on this turn. So I actually don't know if that will math out in a way that is beneficial for me, but I just don't know if we have enough time anymore. So consults. That is actually a very viable plan B. I'm going to keep both of those magic cards. I do think that Oracle Consult is by far the best part of this deck. It's much better than the Doomsday combos. Okay, there was no Bowmaster. I have Mental Misstep. I should have hid the Consult. I knew I should have hid the Consult, but I didn't want to have to like. I had the Street Wraith, so I could have hid the Consult. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I want the blue card on top because I wanted to be able to draw into it. Now they know about the consults. I don't think I'm ever playing around Flusterstorm here, so I can just go Oracle Consult with Force Misstep backup, and that's pretty good. Problem is my opponent has 7 cards in hand, so it's probably not good enough. Yeah, I can't do anything about that either. Do they have second frog too? No. Walk builds out their mana and gives them another card. I mean, this game was always going to be very hard to win because turn one frog. I think my opponent will very likely have double force is the problem. But I don't think I can really play to beat that. Okay, now I cannot fetch because of this wasteland. So I need to just naturally draw my ponder, then fetch, then street wraith into. I guess there's like nothing I can street wraith into, so I guess I won't street wraith. I'm drawing into a blue card. I'm playing an underground sea. I'm fetching, and then we're putting the game on the stack. I can definitely go Oracle first, though. All right. I assume they have double counter. They can just have hard cast Force of Negation, hard cast Force of Will. Or sorry, alt cast Force of Will, whatever. No. I don't have days in my deck. So, what am I missing here? A Realm Reborn. I just win? Oh, Consign? Main deck Consign? If I play against blue-black frog twice with main deck Consign twice, like... like, this is not something you would expect. Like, Frog is mostly being played as Esper right now. I mean, I chose the wrong deck, I guess. I mean, I could. It's not actually true. Like, I could have chose the correct deck, and I got unlucky. It's actually like so much worse than it being Esper Frog, it being Blue Black Frog, where they like in the main they just play a bunch of consigns and stern scoldings and mindbreak taps and fluster storms. It's just so bad for me. Oh. Oh, I have the correct Doomsday art, so if you don't like the Doomsday art, you're just wrong. So it's okay. Well, yeah, but this isn't copy paste. This isn't copy paste frog. This is blue black frog. This is like 2 weeks ago frog. I actually think blue black frog's a pretty good choice for the event, all things considered, because people are playing Esper Frog again, and you beat up on the Esper Frog players. But there's no point in playing Murktide if the large percentage of people are going to be playing Esper Frog and have Swords to Plowshares. Like, there's just no point. I just happened to play against blue black frog twice. I'm just playing the wrong deck for the metagame, okay? Or at least the wrong deck for the metagame I faced. Not maybe the wrong deck for the metagame. We'll find that out at the end. I did really screw up that game though. If I had If I had ordered my cards differently and not drawn the consult, my opponent wouldn't have known I had consult, and maybe they would have been less likely to hold up consign. I don't think that would have been the case because my opponent's game plan is just attack with Frog and hold up all their spells every time. So, but it was an option. It's not just a terrible matchup. It's an absolutely positively one of the worst matchups in all of Vintage. It's the reason that Doomsday hasn't been played a lot recently is because for a while, Blue Black Frog was the most played deck in the format. For the last 2 weeks, Blue Black Frog has been like, look, the Vintage metagame moves fast. What can I say? If you look at last week, I think there were 3 Blue Black Frog players or something. Yeah, this was last week's metagame chat. 3 Blue Black Frog players, 19 Esper Frog players. 27 Lurrus PO players, 26 Raker Shops players. Like, it is what it is. It's disappointing, but it is what it is. Not exactly my best cantrip here, but a fetch land. Could have held my fetch land there. Dark Ritual, Ponder, Fetch. These cards are shit. Why would I time walk Jess? Let's instead of asking me why did I do this play, maybe ask just why would Justin not do this play? Surely there is a reason. Oh, look at that. Second level. Saga puts a lot of pressure on me here. All right. So this draws me my other blue card, freeing up Time Walk and being able to play Time Walk around Spell Pierce. I know I have a Dark Ritual still floating, but I think that's okay. I'm okay looking to ponder here. So this is why we kept the Dark Ritual floating. The question is, do I want the Dark Ritual? I think so. I think what I'll do here is maybe I don't want the Dark Ritual. Time Walk, this. I actually don't. I guess I don't need the Dark Ritual, right? What can I draw to that's better than a Dark Ritual here? I mean, my opponent's gonna have 7 cards in hand, and I don't have a Thoughtseize in my deck, so Doomsday isn't actually good, but we can at least try. I don't think I want this Dark Ritual. Well, the problem is, I guess I get spell. No, I'm beating Spell Pierce. Yeah, this is fine. All right, let's do it. How does that change things? I don't think it changes things right now. I put down Doomsday on the stack. Well, kind of depends on what cards are in their hand. Trying to play around Spell Pierce to the most I possibly can, because it's typically the card that they're going to have the most of. Negation, Pitch Cast, Pitching Frog. Force, Pitch Cast, Pitching Scream. Yeah, I mean, this is the one of Saga is extremely good against Doomsday. Five cards in my opponent's hand. We're at 17. Go to 8. Street Wraith to 6. Could take 1 and go to 5. Gush to 3 down to 0. I don't think that's ever mattering. Another Pitch Cast negation, pitching Misstep. Hmm. Doesn't mean they don't have Spell Pierce still, but I think you would keep Misstep over Spell Pierce. The problem is I can't pass the turn pile here, so I always need to hold the Street Wraith at least. But the clock won't be too fast. I think I just wait for Construct and then try to resolve Ancestral, though that plays into Mindbreak Trap. One of possible Mindbreak Trap. I think it's fine. I think we're just supposed to play around Pierce more than these other cards, right? What I could do is I could just cycle Street Wraith here and look for Flusterstorm. Because then... No, it doesn't really help me. Okay. I would presumably not recall chess. Recall is the second best spell to Doomsday into. Gush is the first always. It's not a particularly good set of draws there. I don't think you understand how Doomsday works, Chess. I think that's part of the problem here. You almost always are going for Gush after Doomsdaying, not Ancestral. I wonder if they'll go Vexing Bauble or just Black Lotus. I do not believe Hardcast Street Wraith is winning the race, chat, but I appreciate your gusto. Also, I have, what, 1 fetchable left? It's not a very good card if they got Black Lotus now, is it? Time Walk or Ancestral? I think I'm going to crack a fetch instead. Trying to hold Street Wraith in case I draw Doomsday chess to break into my pile and try to win. Now I need to find consult, I guess. I'm at 11. This is 6. No. At some point, I have to stop drawing lands, right? It's bad. I need to try to win the game, Chess, not just not lose the game. Double wasteland. Huh? I guess it's good I drew lands. I have all of my lands. I have no more land. This fetch land doesn't get a single land. Null Rod. Why are people bringing in Null Rod? This player loves to bring in Null Rod. I guess it's going to stop me from being able to Doomsday kill. Because I'm going to get double strip mined. This is not a reasonable time. Like, Chess, you need to, like, think about what percentage of time is a game like this happening. Almost never. Need more information about my hand. I'll force this pitching Oracle and try to draw into a cantrip, I guess. Oh, I guess if this resolved, then I would die. So that's interesting. But my opponent would have to, like, if my opponent had pitch cast force, I'd still just die into that. Can we force here? Not really, but I think we just have to. I mean, we have to draw a cantrip this turn, and everything has to resolve. So it's possible. I just can't. I don't know. I feel like an idiot, but what was I gonna do? This was thought was a pretty good choice for the weekend. I tested pretty well for me. I beat a bunch of good players. The deck felt pretty reasonable. Just didn't work out. Obviously, I would have liked to wake up on time and be ready for the event, but I feel like I just drew all the wrong possible cards at all the wrong possible moments, and basically, it just didn't work. I don't think I played perfect. I think I had some opportunities to play slightly better, but I think it was less about the play and just more about the deck choice into the matchups. I didn't expect to play against 2 blue-black frog players with main deck consigns. I'm not sure I was like beating a consign there, Bob, but maybe. I just didn't have a cantrip. I had to like use all my cantrips to get to the spot where I was figuring out what I was doing. All right, this is like super disappointing. I will try to get 120 qualifier points so that I can play in 3 LCQs. I cannot guarantee that I'll stream any of the LCQs because I believe they are not at very good timing windows. Let me see. So the LCQs are Sunday to Wednesday, the 22nd to the 25th, and they are Monday at 3 p.m., Tuesday at 7 a.m., Tuesday at 7 p.m., and Wednesday at 3 a.m. or something. So not great timing to do a stream, but I will play them and I'll try to record them if I can. I don't know. Like I said, this was. I thought I had an idea here in terms of what I could play against. If it was Esper Frog, I felt like we had, a slightly better matchup than the builds, but like I got walloped 2-0, 4-0 by basically the worst possible matchup with that could really even think of. So I don't know. Didn't play the right deck for the event, or maybe I played a good deck for the event and I just hit the wrong matchups. Those are both possible things that could have happened. I'm pretty lucky to even have played in the event at all because my alarm was set for 11 a.m. and the event started at 11 a.m. So yeah. I don't really have anything more to say. Like I said, I'm disappointed, obviously, because I thought I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do here. I put some extra time in off stream to pick a deck that I could think I could go really far with, but it didn't work out. So it is what it is. I'll have to play in the LCQs, see if we can't 5-0 in LCQ and sneak into the showcase. If not, that's the end of the vintage season for me. So I kind of have had a lot of disappointing years actually since the mocks that I did win. I've made it to the qualifier event a couple times, but since I started streaming, it's been a lot harder to top 8 a showcase and make it. I've had a lot of X2s, but not a lot of really great convincing outings. So I was hoping that with the recent successes that I've had, I think we were the second or third highest win rate player in vintage over the last during this year so far, or something like that. I was hoping to carry that over, but didn't seem to work out anytime here. So is what it is. Thank you for watching though. Appreciate it. Sorry if round one is like me being sad, but it was quite an adventure. So more vintage content on the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.